Hi and welcome to the news. I am Saja Brito. Coming up this hour, heavy downpour hits parts of Talinding. Gambia Alliance for National Unity Party has introduced itself in style as thousands of Gambians turn up for the country's newest political party's maiden rally in Brufut village. Car powership escalates its assistance to Gambians as company is forced to give out rams to needy as Eid celebration approaches. But first, we'll begin with the newspapers. The Standard newspaper is reporting that football legend Biri Biri passes away, man drowns in flooded Banjul drainage, and Gambia could run out of capacity to fight the coronavirus pandemic, says Keba Sane, the PRO of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. And of course, government announces a mandatory face mask wearing. Let's take a look at some of these stories in detail. Football legend Biri Biri passes away. Legendary Gambian footballer Alhaji Njai, commonly known as Biri Biri, died yesterday in a Dakar hospital. He was 72. Born on Perseverance Street, Banjul, Biri was the first Gambian professional and the country's all-time best player, as known by many. He was evacuated to Senegal 2 weeks ago for medical treatment. During his career, Biri made a name for himself as a powerful master dribbler and formidable player whose skills have attracted admiration from many at home and abroad. He played for Black Diamonds, among others, and then Walidan, where he was among the players who laid the golden egg in Walidan's unrivaled success in the domestic league. May his soul rest in peace. And of course, man drowns in flooded Banjul drainage. A man riding a bicycle fell and drowned in a flooded trench in Banjul over the weekend following torrential rains, which also displaced several residents, the city council authorities confirmed in a press conference yesterday. The deceased, commonly known as Saibo, is believed to be a Senegalese businessman residing in Banjul. His corpse was taken to Touba, Senegal yesterday morning, where he is expected to be buried. Confirming this to journalists at a press conference yesterday, the mayor of Banjul, Rohi Malik Lo, described the incident as an unfortunate tragedy which rang an alarm bell for an impending health and humanitarian crisis in the city of Banjul. Gambia could run out of capacity to fight the coronavirus pandemic. The spokesperson of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, Keba Sane, has warned that if proper care is not taken, the country could run out of capacity to fight against COVID-19. Keba was quoted as saying, "The worry and concern of health workers is that should the cases of the virus increase to hundreds and thousands, we might not be able to have the capacity to take care of that. We are concerned that we are having our health workers under quarantine. If many more go on a quarantine, that will collapse our health system." He said that to the Standard newspaper yesterday. Sane's observation came on the heels of the current surge in numbers of COVID-19 cases, including some healthcare officials. Government announces mandatory face mask wearing. The government spokesperson, Ibrahim Sankare, has announced that Gambians will be required to wear face masks effective Friday as authorities scale up efforts to curb the spread of COVID-19. Sankare, who made this disclosure at a weekly interministerial press conference hosted by Moisi at GRTS building, said the police will start enforcing the order by Friday. The government's decision came on the heels of a scary surge of COVID-19 cases in the country as health authorities revealed consecutive records showed the largest single situational reports of 14 and 15 COVID-19 cases in the country. Meanwhile, National Assembly member accuses UDP of being unfair to APRC. The National Assembly member for Fonyi Bintang Karanai, Momodou Kamara, has accused the United Democratic Party of being behind all the noise surrounding the rumored APRC and NPP alliance. He argued that the Yellow Party has not been fair to the former ruling party. He was quoted as saying, "We never come," that he told the. And finally, lawmakers celebrate after passing local government amendment bill. The National Assembly on Friday passed the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 by 29 to 26 votes, and the victorious side was seen hugging and jumping in jubilation. The private bill was brought by Honorable Alaji Jawara, one of those expelled by the United Democratic Party, who now supports President Adama Barrow's National People's Party. This bill will further enhance the system of local governance autonomy, freedom of speech and debate in accordance with Section 193 of the Constitution. It will also seek to ensure that council members' sense of duty, functions and actions are influenced by the supreme national and community interest and the dictates of consent, Honorable Jawara told fellow lawmakers shortly before the voting. That's it for the Standard newspaper. Let's take a look at the Point. The Point newspaper is reporting that Gambia arrests top irregular migration organizers. Government announces mandatory use of face mask, which we already looked at on the Standard newspaper. And legendary Gambian footballer Biri Biri passes away. Let's take a look at one of these stories. Gambia arrests top irregular migration organizers. An operation headed by operatives of the State Intelligence Services SIS in collaboration with officers of the Gambia Police Force have made a major breakthrough as they arrest top irregular migration organizers as the fight against irregular migration intensifies. The suspects, Mor Job and Abdou Si, both Senegalese, are currently under custody as investigation into the matter continues. A source who is familiar with the matter and spoke to the Point on the conditions of anonymity has confirmed the development to the newspaper. That's it for the newspapers. We'll go for a break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. As heavy rains continues to hit some parts of the country, residents of Talinding share their frustration over improper drainage system. Let's watch. The same rain that the farmer prays for is the same rain that a bricklayer will pray against as Gambia begin to witness some heavy downpour in some parts of the country. This is what some families have to go through. One of the residents of the compound, Mustafa Tamba, expressed frustration over lack of proper drainage system in his neighborhood as his family struggles under such harsh conditions.
Waaw da nga gis ne fii nii moom nawet bi moom su jotee moom fii dañ dee oversona fii xam nga ba pare ndox bi dafa fees fii nii yëpp ngay gis yaa ngay gis dafa fees ba si biir dafa si gannaaw suñu waañ bi sa gaay sax si biir néeg bi lañ dee toogee fu mu nekk nii xam nga te ma ngi fii ak suma njaboot suma paa bi meer baa ngi nii paa baa ngi si biir moom dafa am stroke sax du dee mën a dox sax fii la dee relax ba cappa nga perong bi nu mu feesee nii this time mu ngi si biir billaahi loolu moo ñu sonal fii nii nag coono rek de dañ dee nekk di ngacca nag fii moom dañoo ngacca di génne rek luñ ngacca moom da ngaa foog ne sax ngacca nañ bañ foog ne jeex na sax ba dañoo relax ñu gis mu ñëwaat ndox bi si boppam sax dafa ñëw fees fii tepp dafa gën a woos because nit ñi luñ ma wax fii ñu ne cappa nga luñ tabax noonu daf ko dee mun a cover te xam nga foofu moom nawet bi su éegee ba mu cover loolu moom mooy dugg na si biir néeg yi moom waaw te lii just dafa mel ni beginning bi la nii rek dafa start nii rek waaw tawagut bu baax noonu waaw.
ok so léegi dafa mel ni comme kër bi yëpp a ngi float ndox bi tuuti moo des mu dugga si biir néeg bi waaw waaye dugaangut so right now dafa mel ni everything fi ngeen ko nekk di defee si biir so fii ngeen dee toogee waaw maa ngi gis comme jigéen ñi ñu ngi teg seen sujeer yi si biir néeg
waaw si biir néeg bi si boppam ak fourneau yëpp si biir fii la dee nekk xam fii la gars yi daan toogee ba da ngaa gis ne after bu mu dooree so fii lañ dee dugga si fii la ñoo nekk fii ba pare ñaari cin lañ dee def parce que daat bi dañ ko toogal ñun tamit xam nga rek sista bi dafa ñëw mu toogal tamit pour famille bi xam nga waaw so da nga gis ne ñaari cin la daal waaw moom lañ dee teg fii nii xam nga so du dee easy daf dee xat soo ñaari nit ñuy nekk fii kii dafa lifin may kii ñëw because mu ngi tay
tooga si biir néeg sax moo uncomfortable
waaw
su nekkee ne comme nekkut waañ
waaw yaa ngi gis waaw ba pare am nga lifin bi sax kiriñ bi sax gaasam bi dafa hit bi daf day am doole baaxul si gars yi tamit xam nga billaahi su ma jigéen bi sax moom da ngaa gis ne fu mu nekk nii sax dafa door di fata sax comme suñ tëddee nii guddi daf dee fata noo kenn bi daf dee aju soo dama ko dee mun a enu génnee ko after jokko ngelaw xam billaahi because of xam nga kiriñ bi gaz bi.
Whilst he thinks of ways of getting rid of the water, Tamba fears the risk of a waterborne disease.
Billaahi métti na nag fii booy su ñu amee ndimbal fii moom dina baax trop man billaahi sax ñu ngi try sax dañ dee bëgg a lifin nii sax pour dem ren sax ñu amee pomping machine yi nii ñu ñëw jàppale ñu fii nii xam because loolu lañ dee def dañoo dem ren gars yi ñëw pompal ñu fii nii ndox bi génna boo gars yi suñ pompé ba ndox bi génna parce que da nga gis dafa dellusiwaat waaw because ñu ne si gaab yi nii because biti bi gis nga ndox bi nu mu bloqué si biti ndox boobu nag moo dee ñëw moo dee undermine dafa dugg si dafa dellusiwaat daf dellu si ba yow sax da nga dee waaru sax dafa ñëw daf dee green Spider yi daf dee yaa ngi gis ni mu dooree nii after dafa mujjee am Spider ndox bi dafa mujjee green ba after daf dee dark billahi mu wóor la ne yow sax soo dëggaatee soo génnee da nga war a jël ndox bu set nga raxasu waaw ni ko mooy doo mun a xam nga because ndox bi nu mu mel nii xel teewul soo génnee foog nga raxas sa tàngaay bi ba mu set nga doog a génn nga dem soo ñëwee tamit soo duggee si biir da ngaa dem nga raxas sa tàngaay ni ko mooy da ngaa gis muy xesen den soo laalee sa tànk bi nga xesen ko rek dafa nekk gaañu da ngaa gis mu nekk picca te baaxut.
Sekou Dramé said he has lived in Talinding for over decades and admits that even though there have been heavy downpours recently, we cannot ignore the fact that some of the causes of the flood are man-made. Dramé said people have been allowed to build properties on waterways, making it hard for water to pass and roads impassable.
Samale fana mu a problem oti samaka bori nyame jang ha wala atina because jam dol mu jisilol leti dula lo rol keta jisilol nata sorong jisilol giela kana nyame nin jesiata anin sembo men kana jemen kana kasiale barakatara damento oto kasiale woka kenna problem balet because wo wulumba men be jana wo je kana jannela ñun do fanan je kana ñinela ñun do fanan kana tennela bar ni bente kaben jannela nun to jammallo bar jannan loten ay dulal sukile so ji tilo talata nyame wala na serum ifin jam flotta jana flotta tol be jan sanji muwan bar namna wo ji problème o sotono bar ñi ji tambila ñi ko da fata jilala fo bungul fata de la ko da kono fanan fata jilal bar wole wol ko ji silol taytale amanke mo ji silol le jela silol le soronta wala kole ya koti jiyo ne o keta bake dron on problème moleti ning ji banata always on problème moleti wala mun na jam problème mota council li be jang kam makoy le ni bulol be ñobulle kam makoy le watu nim jiye bake ta fon ni futata council dol ma ka futemale ka nane ka aje because last time hani suntukum ba men be janteng KMC suntukum ba ka tangol be nyin jannu bar KMC le be ko jang ya clear jang woto fanuta nin jang suntukum bal be dawoda ni ibota on la jang ya be clear le fa banta fereng so ba yalla ko wo problème wo botanye problème o konole so ñun fanang dang ngalon ko hakilo ba kanne doron ngalon ko hakilo ba kanne because ibe jannu bi la ku bi ke kumba hanu kunum fa kansulo do be jam mansal nga jele nga jang kibaro fayne nga jambe nyamenta ka abe woslal no hannata ko min samanata mo sama kafuta ananata kafuta kotake a warta ka même fo nyina sama don ka naketa nga molbiti yale atol man sa fangol la atol fangol le mina mol la fangol la do lu boyla
ay nak wax deug ne yalla war nañu ñoo dimbal nak def dimbal bu baasa billahi war nañu dimbalé bu baaxa because sona nañ nak waaw sona nañ am last time dafa am fuñ dekkon fofu tam same thing li mo ñu dawlo fofu non so ñu ñëw fi ni tamit same thing.
As cities try to manage their growth, the population of people living in flood-prone areas is rising and is a cause for concern to many. Saja Brito reporting. Meanwhile, thousands of Gambians have on Sunday turned up for Gambia Alliance for National Unity's first rally since its registration and IEC acceptance last month. The rally was held in Brufut, the backyard of its leader, Sheikh Tijan Haidara. More in this report.
Bankoda kuwa kumeta nyanya ningale asuwa kundi wolina fano kake bilin sanji sabakoma sekulota na burfut sate kono janne aka fana lafta mansaya nyilla ko modol ka nyin nyamin kantu afere balale alondo bala adaji ko bala anas mankuto bala burfutun kolu ali dingo fele ali mamari ngo fele ali wulu ñoo fele anin satel min ben tol burfutu den wala kantu burfutu bi alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin sa te tang walen tol so rawon woton tol nga mansa sindi nkombe carte failai ni nadia ta allah taala woto wobe gagner la ndumbe mbedi amla mbadin kombon kolle amanka sifatan fan la vita ye ke kuti woto sanyin kabo katon fakata fa kafuta mi ya lonko yela mu kombo lasti woto mfana ya kata ndingolu adaji ko be lale alondo be bulu afere be bulu mfana nga kata fo mfana nga bori mole bori nokan nga bori sek digani afana eta state house nin sukuro bije mbalon nale nin ko bije fana mbalon nale bari moy tatar la dunia balu kono ya tara bor la molie iman la fika bori fangoye wo mu kulati mi yalon ko akoleata gambia ka bakaton kata fo koina ntolla president o fele na tara manin ko julo du yeddi sanya alinna julo jo kantu momo lota nyin korte fay boxo kono ika kombala waling pour amari yesi ali dingo fele nali sonda ay ke president oti nali mansong ngayay mol nokan fo jannin tulmuto mbal tentula mbal jayila alma miosila karte fay la bina nyolung
ñu ngi nuyu suñu président bi nga xamantene askan bi daf ko yaakar te yaakar bobu insha Allah ci barke turando am lolu yalla dina ko matal limay wax mbolo mi rek turandoram daan na wax ne Cheikh Tidiane daan na wax ne bàyyi leen di xëyeli mbir bàyyi leen di xëyeli mbir lu ñor woddal boppam bàyyi leen di xëyeli mbir lu ñor woddal boppam alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin bato ba ngoog weeru ci bato bi dugg ci bato bee ko gën ndax boo weeroo bato bi te dugguloo bu bato bi di dem bàyyi la fi alhamdulillah rabbil alamin ñun dey ñi ànd ak Cheikh Tidiane ci liggéey bi ñun bokk Cheikh Tidiane yi ñu ngi gërëm ñi ànd ak Cheikh Tidiane ñoo moom Cheikh Tidiane ñun ay mbokk kese lañu lii du affaire famille lii du affaire Haydara Kunda mais politique la te politique liggéey la laaj te yaakaar naa ñiy liggéey ñu ngi liggéey te seen liggéey rafet na kon gàcce ngalaama ñu ngi leen di sant di leen gërëm.
baraka bake burufutun kolu mbali kontonna burufut bi Allah tilolem hali alaji Cheikh Tidiane nyanta tar la janne fo talan fula fo talan saba ale raid soto le prukasi ale raid soto le prukasi jam fo 3 o'clock ko 4 o'clock je baranka je mol kada ka fojo ko nyanta dia motor yen lele ko ni wonde molbe selale hani ndego wote kala ndego mo manyan naka sey because nyim parti on to letamu burfut letamu Gambia letamu so mulati ne bi ntol ko be banta ba lo la buru futu jang je mo do ka bunan banta ka fanya ko ise tariya katung mol be selal tema o ma nyaaje jang tonya min bot nan dula jang wo birin chukule woti akakele man sa sita jang mo be bu ka bulano kulungo la wati killing nin dol bulata bi tuma ndo dol se bula moto dola duniya be wala nyama mbete kelo la ku kilinti assalamu alaikum ni mun nadandar la lolti buru futu ko lafta la si ali la moy gano pati daliro meatina alaji Cheikh Tidiane ay pati o ni register barakana ka sey kata si sho ko ni se da sama ni fado ka de kana nyini ngaro ka ka bugo muna Cheikh Tidiane ko nyaadi je abela sate ko no jang mo dole nyanda nyini ngaro ka bara membe la sate ko no jang man nyanda nyini ngaro kala way andu mo jamal botan dula jam farimba wal be siri mulet na buru futu ngol be sela andu ngadle ko ngalon kadu ko ite sela way ite sela fali si tek sunkutu bara tol men be siri nde mbali jay kam bake mbali tentula al kab mitino samba nyame ay nya fa bake mitino nyanda ka maten ala baraka
la Gambian kole ko mbal tentula mbal jeyla Gambia mu bankoleti banko mi yalon ko ala mol iketa hadamadi ngolleti min yalon ko do kulallo miti imu molleti mi yalon ko ika yamaru moyle imu molleti mi yalon ko sutani tili itolba do ko kanne Gambia nol itol mo haramadin sifal tini yalon ko haramadin sifal a soto man dia ana jeman dia ni da banku doldo you see difference kamen fu mi en tol batandi tol we the Gambians mi en batandi wolom na government so let them feel all the time ban tol Gambianol masakunda lua lande ko lua nka normally nka respect le ni loi kuku lan kampung ngake ntol Gambian lo ngakele without complaint, but in the end nkana jelo ko masakunda wala kana ke multi mi yalon ko wala ka Gambian people disappoint now. For 54 years sign being ajele Gambia Banko Banyami for 54 years being ajele almost 30 years Salora Karabajara and 22 years Yahajame and almost 5 years Adama Barrow. Mbenga jele minka tama fontol Gambia mbagnin situation o min to tenten sign fol lafta continue la bang pour katarawo condition le to bang anin fol lafta pour kat ngatarawo situation to bang nte ko hani Gambia deserve better than this. Gambia deserve to be one of the best countries in this world. Gambia, a la population on IGB is less than 2 million people. A population of less than 2 million people. When Sarada was in power, the population was even less than 1 million people. Now the population is less than 2 million people. And up till now, Hani saying ntol gambianol ba bata min kono ntol bo bata sipal kono adun lafta ka continue wo batala kono amin fon ntol fan ka fu nyamin ko jenne ala ba bulanka because momo nada sita aleka prefa momo nada sita ya nene anada sita alka munde fo ala la yato mbon ala la landi nyato so saying ntol kuno la je ala momo to mbon bitu wolo bar ala fana ay hakilo la din tolla ay hakilo la dinna anay miol dinna bunga mol tenteng amanke ko pati kilne banyin gambia kono jang nyentam funyo la le ka mo support because inu mario bata sate kilne nyentam funyo la ka mo support because iten mo sikilingolti nyentam funyo ka mo support because ite amira ko no mario winta itela jibo kono batarra farin nyentam funyo ka mo support min ya lonko akoy tan tol fon lal ko new wal sita wal man nyim banko la interest at heart but it's very sad nga minje nga kulja kata nyamin is the same nimmen hakilo to the same things wala bina repeat la nan kotenki adun kana song man sakunda kana song government kana song politicianol yen divide kana son politicianol ya foko mandingo leta pati carte fay nyum pati carrier fulo leta carte fay nyum pati carrier jola leta carte fay nyum pati carrier I mean, Manjanko leta carte fay nyim pati carrier. No, that should stop. Gambia is very sad. Nka fonna meeting all betola all the time. Han ni bota Senegal le. Inat nang Gambia jang you ni bota Dakar airport do ifra Gambia la airport do. Igita billahi ijuso kala fi joron nata ko ite molti nyala boy ke mira. So saying ntol saying fon tol nyata continuer la wala nyama bang no nte Cheikh Tidiane Haidara nte ngole je ngalon ko nyim banko kata nyamin akata akadun kudin kole kono ada ban nim man tesiri ngambe nga julo muta nyofe nga sabanan gambe to abaduna din kole kono dingo mi yalon ko abondo dingo kono abina ko lela ba.
Your party earlier this year, you registered your party.
Yes,
Today you are finally dipping your feet in the political waters.
Yeah.
First of all, how are you feeling?
Well, I feel great. This is not supposed to be a party as such. I'm just here to tell the Gambian, to tell the Burfoot people that the Kanu party is finally registered. This is why I'm here today. But it's not it is not a
But we have about 15 political parties.
Yes.
What is so special about you? Why should Gambians choose GANU over all the other parties?
Well, Gambia. Well, like I said, if you listen to me very well, experience matters in everything. I was an Attorney General and Minister of Justice. I am well sounded in administration, and I have worked for the African Union. I was a High Commissioner, and I was a lecturer at law faculty, and I am a lawyer. So I think that has, I don't know, but I think it is something of an added advantage.
But you should know.
That's what I'm telling you. So it is up to you to judge whether that is an advantage or not. But I know that I have this, and I don't think other political parties have the same experience.
Someone might say that the times are getting ever complex. What all these things that you are talking about belong to in the past. How are you going to deal with the complex times?
But when we talk of experience, how does experience come? How does experience come? Experience is not something that you get in the present. You have to, it is something that you build on. It is something that you built. So those, it's true, those things are in the past. But I learned a lot from those things. I know how to do administration, and I know how to do a lot of things. So, so that is the difference. It is, yes.
Let's talk about the timing of this meeting. This is happening at a time when we have this coronavirus pandemic.
This is why I told you that this is not a meeting. I don't know, it just happened that we have this number of crowds. But what I wanted to meet the elders of Burfoot to inform them that the GANU party is officially registered. Because they have been behind me, they've supported me, they've sympathized with me, and they were part of me. They were constantly calling me. So it is now that the party is registered, I think it is my responsibility. We have waited for too long, waiting for the coronavirus, cases to go down. But it seems it's still going up. So I just decided I should just come and inform them.
But you came and then found this.
Yes.
Do you think the authorities would sanction this?
Whether the authorities will sanction it? Well, we don't wait. We don't have a meeting. We have the same authorities having the same meetings in other places. Are you not aware of that?
I am aware of that.
Okay, so then let them sanction themselves first before they can sanction me.
Thank you very much.
Africa Global presents the new Tulip Gardens. Taft Tulip Gardens is set to comprise service plots in sizes ranging from 220 to 570 meters square. Deposit as low as $83,600 is only an 18-month interest-free payment plan with only 20% deposit on the service plots. Please contact 376-2333 or 776-2333. Taft Africa Global.
Welcome back. And now Car Powership, which provides electricity to the National Water and Electricity Company, on Sunday gave out 60 rams to persons and institutions in the country. The first company in the Gambia to do so. More on this event in this extended report.
In addition, Car Powership puts a very high premium on its corporate social responsibility. And as we all know, Eid al-Adha, which is the Great Feast, the Feast of Sacrifice, is around the corner in about 10-12 days. And as it is tradition, Car Powership deems it necessary to reach out to Gambians. Of course, it cannot be all Gambians because there are 2 million of us, but some Gambians to help out with regard to Tobaski Ram for the feast. This year, I think this is the second time Car Powership is doing this. Of course, when Mr. Mambure talks, he will elucidate on the corporate social interventions Car Powership has done, notably within the last 3 months. But right now, today we are going to hand over about 60 rams to the people gathered here. And without much ado, I'm going to call on Mr. Mambure to make his statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, welcome to Car Powership for yet another intervention as far as the CSR, corporate social responsibility of the company, is concerned. Car Powership, most of you know, came to the country officially starting electricity generation on the 2nd of May 2018. This came about as a result of the power purchase agreement that was signed between Car Powership and NAWEC so that we can supply up to 30 megawatts of electricity. Since when we came, we have been able to stabilize electricity supply in the country, but this is not the only thing we are doing, even though our mandate is to produce electricity for the country. We have been doing this in kind of intervention in several areas. For example, the health sector. We have been able to fix the water problem at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, where the newborn babies that section was not having water. As a result of our intervention, we fixed that. We have intervened in so many other areas. Recently, with Gambia National Library, we've been able to fix their library by refurbishing and also extending the library in Brikama. So, and apart from that, we also supply them with so many computers and books that are needed by people who want to quench their thirst for knowledge. Aside from that, we've been working with NEA, National Environment Agency, as far as the environmental intervention is concerned. We intervene at least for the past 2 years in World Environment Day and also the International Coastal Cleanup Day. We've done several interventions with NEA. And recently we just sponsored them to go around the country during this COVID-19 to sensitize people about what to do with our environment, because environment is very important. Aside from that, things like this, for 3 Ramadans that we've been here, we've made several sponsorships. We have sponsored orphanages, and we have also intervened in the areas of education, and we have helped the fisheries sector by helping the people at the fishing sector with several, hundreds of thousands of dollars with fishing gear. Aside from that, today we are here to witness, as mentioned by Mr. Bojang, our intervention to ensure that some people that need this kind of help so that they enjoy their Tabaski, we are doing that today by distributing up to 60 rams to some needy families. So electricity generation is our #1 mandate, and we are very grateful to the government, grateful to NAWEC for allowing us to participate in this area, and we assure Gambians that we will do whatever is necessary to carry out that mandate to ensure that 30 megawatts of electricity is supplied. I cannot go further without thanking my management, the management of Car Power at the head office in Istanbul, who always listen to us whenever we request for help to assist Gambians in different areas. The most recent of the intervention, which is very paramount, I think is worth mentioning here, is when we bought 5 new ventilators costing over $6 million for the government, which I handed over to the Vice President of the country, who happens to be the chairperson of the COVID-19 group from the government. And even after that, our COVID-19 intervention has taken us to help the police. We helped them with hundreds of bags of rice and hundreds of bags of sugar, hundreds of bags of hundreds of gallons of oil. And also we did the same thing for BCC. We did it for Caravan Area Councils so that people in North Bank are helped. We also did it for LRR, the Mansa Konko, the area council, that is for Jara and Kiang areas. So our intervention is holistic. We look at everywhere, we assess, and then we work with our team, our management. I want to thank my boss, the regional director and his team, Mr. Emil Dolmosaglu, who is in Istanbul. I also want to recognize the effort of my team on the power ship, where we have at least 50 people working at every time, 24/7, to ensure that we enjoy the electricity that we are enjoying. So I want to recognize them for what they are doing. They have been sacrificing a lot. They are in the country, in a closed and enclosed area. Especially during this COVID-19, they are not able to freely go out to wherever they want, but constantly, 24/7, anytime I need them or they need me, we get each other. This is very important. So I want to thank everybody. I want to close again by thanking the government of the Gambia and also thanking NAWEC for giving us the opportunity to contribute our quota towards the amelioration of electricity problem in this country. With that, I thank you all for coming. Hopefully, you will put to best use what we have for you here today. Thank you.
Mbafula alhamdulillah rabbil alamin alhamdulillah rabbil alamin be mol be konton na mol me be nata jang be mol be konton na be jayila diamo mandiya antella na ko jang fo kontano de kontano wartan kambake men keta moro mambura nyaton kaya kono anala mol be mbal be tentla mbal jayila e ko ngana jang kantu kana interandi fenna men keta leyamoti bi dunia mo moranding dunia be nyame mo be alo mo nata na ifenke ayake alanin kila kam ka le sika kadi la bitiloto o nyawma sia o kamala mbela compagnie tentula mbaja ila alama ale so sima banin jata kende alama compagnie tala nyato ala kan bruka buray nyato ko ala mediala nyoy ko sukro ni liyo kon nante ala kana du malte maslatur fatiha hormoto sallun karim
tradition